This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. Fed day. Hopefully you absolutely crushed it. We talked about expecting bounces into the FOMC week and quad witching OPEX because the put numbers were at insane levels. We got a bounce. Now, the rest of the week is going to be curious. Now, again, not saying that we can't go higher, but I would put in your mind the probably easiest trade is now slightly behind you. And can we pull back? Can we chop around? That's where it's going to be, typical going into the end of the month window dressing. I personally think there's certain trades that'll hold up better, certain ones that are not going to hold up at all, and some stocks that are just going to chop around. Pretty standard trading market with the VIX around 20? We're at now 20, 21. What do we drop down? 1980 and change going into the close. Again, I'm recording this as we come into the close. But anyway, so just be prepared. It's not going to always be this simple, and take the chunks in the middle. I tell folks this all the time. Like, the way that I like to trade is I like to go heavy. And when I go heavy, I go large at reference points and retest. That makes sense. And then I try to get the chunks in the middle, and I layer in and I layer out. I don't sit here and go, well, just because I believe something's going to happen, it has to go big all the time. So managing risk is really one of the strong points you have to have, especially if you're going to trade aggressively. And so knowing that's how I trade, if you're following that type of premise, then yeah, you got to just be comfortable getting chunks in the middle. And your goal isn't to make every penny. It's tip the doorman on the way in, tip him on the way out. When you do that, you'll be fine. Again, setting stops is all you have to do at the entry. Make sure you're close. Again, that's why you have to learn the patterns, the reporting patterns, where to get in, when to get out, seasonality, all the stuff that we talk about on this channel. So that's what we do. So if you're new to the channel, want to check out the Discord room, link description below. If you'd like to chat, again, Calendly link, 30 minutes, holler at your boy. Let me know I can help. If you are following the trades, ideas, and thoughts, posting on Twitter as well, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to donate, links description below. Or if you would like to hit the thanks button on the YouTube channel, all good to go. So anyway, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Also, check out thetradingagent.com. And yeah, let's get into it. Again, tons of resources, recommended reading. If you have any real estate questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, really. So on that note, we know today's meeting was nothing. They're not going to do anything. It's the May meeting that's going to get a little curious, right? We're at a 20% rate cut. Again, if you listen to the Feds, what they said today, I personally believe they're not really in a rush. How's that going to affect the market? That's where, again, you can get caught in the idea of it all. And the reality is that we don't know. Because if you're going to start rate cutting, then that means the economy is weaker than expected. If they're going to be pausing, then they're okay with things. And so at this point, just watch the bond market, follow the channel. If you really need to know anything, the thing is to know is be prepared for it all. Have your mind ready, willing, and able to wrap your head around being able to change your mind at any point. Not that we're just going to be fickle, but again, evidence-based. I hope this helps. Good old Bitcoin. Nice little bounce today. Again, I personally just would not touch it with a 10-foot, but pull between zones. Oh, come on, oil. Why are you not refreshing? Oil, if I remember, up correctly. Yeah, slightly up today. Is that it? Okay. I haven't been watching oil too much today. I know Gush was doing well. Chopping around. Again, tough to tell. Natty gas got a little bit of bounce, which isn't, again, you know what I feel on natural gas long term. I'd like to scoop it up at lower prices. As of right now, not really right there, but that's what you do. Okay. Remember, I'm recording this with a couple minutes left in the market, so this is always fun to see the close. Dollar today, not much action. It doesn't get me really excited about thinking about one way or the other. TLT, keep an eye on this, right? We talked about if you bought somewhere in this blue zone, here we go. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. Again, I think it looks like a very solid setup. How you want to leverage it, you go right ahead. But it wouldn't make total sense to me if we ran up to the 200-day sooner than later. VIX, as we get into the close, it's definitely getting punched down. Said that at some point I thought we would get into the teens. You're there. Now, could we go even lower? I wouldn't be surprised by that either. Again, I just don't know if it's going to be a straight line move. So this is where I'm thinking in my mind, if I'm taking profits on my trades today into this nice pump, we'll see what happens Thursday and Friday. Now, again, doesn't necessarily mean the market has to like collapse, but if it dumps a little bit, perfect. Now I'm sitting here with bullets to fire. Vivix making new lows. So this is where I'm like, I don't think the markets have bottomed yet. SPY, watching. You know, we said it's possible to get up to the 200-day. Not really a fan of this wick near term into the close. But again, I mean, we've got 5 minutes, so it could flip back around. But I personally think this is where you get this nice bounce. I prefer, and this is the thing, I prefer choppy action because you can really trade around positions. People always talk about V bottoms. I like these. If this is going to be even if it's just a counter trend, I like this action because I can trade around it. So where we're at in the cycle near term, I mean, the upside to me is the 200-day near term. Do we get there? I don't know. I'd prefer, honestly, man, you know what the easiest, if you go look at, I guess no one's really looking at the 10-minute chart. It's hard to like zoom in and out. But if you can watch this area, right? Watch for some sort of back test of like 558. That would be an absolute gift to trade around. Q. Again, if you played the bounce, congratulations. Again, if you took TLL profits today over 840 and you made $1 at least, do the math on that. 740 to 840, $1 on top of that. 7 times, yeah, it's almost 13%, folks. QQQ, same kind of thing. I'd love to see it. Again, I'm just draw it here for you guys since we're watching close. I would love to see test back down here again. Chop this son of a bitch out to break up or break down. Either way, it keeps the risk reward very tight. Keep an eye on it. Again, going into close, it's up 1.3%. IWM, again, this is where I get a little more excited. Not necessarily excited, but evidence-based for bullishness is that the IWM is extremely oversold. And it looks like it's leading up. Everyone see that? Like it's actually making higher highs. It's holding up pretty damn well, up 1.5% compared to SPY 1%, Qs 1.3, and DIA 0.95. Again, this is all subject to change in the next couple minutes. But again, DIA holding up pretty damn well. Gold, a lot of folks bullish. Again, this is where it's probably, if this is a ABC pattern, this could be running. I know Coop was talking about 310 on this. We'll see. I mean, I think that's what that would be, the completed pattern, right? 30, right? Hold on. Let's do it from here. 236, 71. Okay, no, it's almost like barely less than 37 points from this point. Yeah, that wouldn't take you to 310. I don't know. That's some cataclysmic shit coming if it's quick, but I don't know. Again, I'm not sitting here saying I would short this stuff. Again, silver, I'm not really impressed by today's action. This is where I'm like, I want silver to lead, guys. And again, as someone who's been trading metals for a long time, the best gold moves are when silver's going nuts. GDX today, basically flat, inside day. Miners, this is where, again, not really looking that excited today. AEM down. Going into the close, not crushing, but just chopping. AG, nothing today. Again, are they due to consolidate? That's always possible up here. Newmont trading around the recent highs at 48, pass. This thing should be up. It's just not. Now, again, high and tight wouldn't be a problem. But here's the problem if I am just assuming that all we can do is go higher. Just keep an eye on it. Because, again, if the market does pull back, these names could get slapped around too. Good old Taiwan Semi. Again, semis, I don't trust them at all. Chopping around, not much action. Micron has earnings after the close today, I think. Keep an eye on it. 200-day, worth a watch. AM Dizzle. Again, I don't trust these names when you zoom out, but I did say they're due to bounce. And again, I don't know if they're done bouncing. They are pretty damn oversold, some of these names. NVDA up just $2 today. Again, I don't think they're the leader. Chips are, again, there's going to be plenty of chips. I don't trust chips. It's not saying that they're just going to go to zero, but I just don't think the upside is there anymore. SMCI has earnings coming up, if I remember correctly. Oh, I'm looking at next week's calendar. That's why I'm like, what? Okay, yeah. SMCI is after the close today. Micron is tomorrow. So is FedEx tomorrow after the close and Nike after the close. So SMCI, good luck. We'll see. I'll go back to it in a little bit. Intel, again, ding, 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 ding. Interactive Brokers is ringing. I don't like this gap. I mean, I don't like this gap. So just keep an eye on it. Your guess is good as mine. I truly believe that if they are bought out, it's not going to be at a premium. I've said that. AVGO seems to be holding, chopping around. Again, I think they have problems because Apple's going to be making their own wireless chips. It's not good. SMH, smah, right? Here you go, chopping around at recent highs. Keep an eye on it. Adobe, right? Chopping around, got not much action. Apple was up. I mean, Apple looked pretty good today. And then again, the close, not so great. You drop fast, you bounce. We'll see. Do you retest? Amazon. A lot of these names didn't really do shit today. Again, I'm not a big fan of tech other than, say, Tesla because of the huge short interest in it getting smashed. Amazon chopping around. Meta, I mean, on a day where the market seemed like it was going to fly, Meta, Doji, nothing. CRM, chopping around. Again, this is where I'm like, I'm staying away from tech in general. I mean, I'd rather short tech on bounces. Guggenheim, chopping around. Microsoft, when the dollar weak, it seems to bounce. Keep an eye on this level. NDAQ got the bounce. Again, I don't trust this one at all, but worth a watch. MicroStrategy, this is where it gets a little interesting, right? If Bitcoin can bounce, I've said don't be surprised if at worst we get up to the 320s. Makes sense to me. Netflix, nice. I mean, this thing's been acting pretty damn well on the bounce. But here again, around the 20-day, maybe possibly 2-day range. This is why, again, I think you could have a day or two of pullback, and then you could trade maybe the stuff up into the end of the quarter. Roblox, this one's gotten bounded, so I'm not surprised it's bouncing. Pan W. Again, I was hoping this thing would pull back. Just not. Again, I like cybersecurity long term. Y'all know that. TSLA, this is then the trade of the day. If you traded the TLLL. Again, this feels like a professional gap up. It's interesting because if you watch the morning action, it hit the 8-day, failed, bounced on the Fed news to the 10-day. How freaking sweet is that? And then pulls back. Again, I'm not necessarily thinking like Tesla's going to get crushed even more from here. But what if you, chop around? I don't know, 230? If you can get the TLL back at 775 and you sold it today at 840 after buying it at 730, 740, again, manage the position. People are like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, I went absolutely ham on this stock. And to be up, I mean, whatever it was, 13% in 2 days. Yeah, I'm not going to go nuts here. I'm going to take some profit. And if it goes higher, great. If it pulls back, great. Again, it's all about building a house. You're putting bricks in your pocket. Hope that makes sense. Let's get into some of the random names that we go through, right? Palantir, chopping around, watching the 20-day. Insight, again, I think this is a buyout target, 3-day ranging. HIMS finally gets the bounce. We said the 31 area, 100-day. I mean, do you get back to the trend line at 30? That's a good guess. Yours is as good as mine. BABA, again, we know China's going nuts with liquidity. High and tight isn't bearish, but you just watch it. McDonald's, this one bounced at the 50, 100-day. Okay, cool. Starbucks, I tried to short this at one. I wanted to short around 118, didn't get it. Now it's just chopping. Airbnb, this one due to bounce after getting crushed. Coin, we talked about this one, right? Chopping around at an old trend line support. Keep an eye on it. DKNG, and all these names due to bounce. Just chopping around. A lot of them don't really look that great. Costco, you'd think it would be up more today. Going nowhere. Federal Express, right, has earnings coming up Thursday after the close. Keep an eye on it. XLF, right, we talked about it due to bounce. Watching the 100-day. Keep an eye on it. Hood, all this stuff. I mean, you could have all played the bounces here if you wanted to, right? Hood seems to hold the 34s. JP Morgan, we talked about it holding the 200-day. You're welcome. Man, look where it rejected to when it filled the gap. Keep an eye on it. Again, I got long-term puts. I'm not even watching them. Morgan Stanley, but I did take profits. Y'all know that. If you follow me, we took profits on half of it and let the half ride. Not surprised. That's why I was going long some things as hedges too, right? It makes sense. Hopefully, if you don't understand it, just ask Morgan Stanley, Bank of America. Again, they're all due to bounce. Nothing goes in a straight line. This is where I wish folks who short go long recognize this. Carry, same kind of thing, right? Bouncing 200-day. XBI, talked about this being range lows. Not really much cooking, but I don't know. We'll see. Jets, talked about this one getting smoked out, right? Smoked out. Probably due to bounce. There you go. You got it. XHB, housing index. Yeah, oversold. I mean, you don't have to overthink it. Let's go into my new commodities charts. Dow chemicals, again, these look interesting down here, right? You got volume. It's just when. I mean, again, they might be waiting for some news. But either way, again, pretty beat up. CE, another one, right? Pretty beat up, but look at the volume, right? Like, just there's something going on down here. And I don't mind some dead cat pullback. Like, look where it rejected at. But, man, if you see, man, that's a huge move. If you can set, all right, I'm going to set the alarm, 51.15. Keep an eye on it. Caterpillar, we talked about this one. Seems to be head and shouldering, chopping around the 20-day. Deer, chopping around. Not much of anything here. But it's been on fire. I mean, I'm not surprised it's consolidating. Nucor, again, some folks were taking a look at this one. Makes sense at the 50-day. X, not much love today. Again, I mean, it's been acting really well. IIN, this is another one. Looks like a head and shoulders bottom. VALE, this one's been pumping right off the lows. Watch the 200-day. Duh, it's a retest. See what happens here. Arrow, again, we talked about junior copper due to bounce. If you bought it at 11, high five to you, my friends. FQVLF, we talked about this one breaking out. Look at this bunk. Look at this buddy. Nice bounce. Breakout. SCO, copper names, right? Again, holding up pretty well. Not that I don't trust them long term. I just near term, I'm not going to go nuts. I'd wait for some pullbacks. Uranium, another one. Some folks I know who popped this one off. Looking pretty solid. Junior, I mean, it's just junior uranium. You know, URNJ. You are from New Jersey? No. My family is, but keep an eye on it. Again, we like this stuff. I like commodities. What can I say? CCJ over the 20-day. We like CF. I mean, this makes sense down here. Watch it. Look how tight this action is. Could it break a little more? Maybe back to the trend line? I got to start setting more alarms. I have so many things to feast on. I guess I'm just not really in the mood to go get bullish, but man, commodities just make sense on the pullbacks. Mosaic has been holding up really damn well. Look at that channel low, channel high, 23, 28. Congratulations, my friends. SQM, again, looks very interesting, right? Seems to be building off the lows. NTR, chopping around, right? Keep an eye on it. AAPL seems to have held old trend lines. Again, I'm not going here and can say like, oh, these are going to dump. No, I just every day I'll just review them, see if there's anything that I see obvious. Kaiser, I like it. I mean, watch the 6. Dan, just put the damn alarms in while you're doing this. Who cares? People, they can see what you do. MP, like this one's been holding up really damn well, but it's up at resistance. Keep an eye on it. And Cleveland Cliffs, another one that makes sense in time. There's volume at the lows. So let's end it with oil and gas and all of our fun ones. And solar, yeah, due to bounce, not much there. Again, I'm not going to waste too much time on these names. They look like they're dead. ENPH looks, I don't know. First Solar to me. Again, I like this 120s, 130s area. If you want to play the bounce, it makes sense. Got it? Cool. Oil makes sense, right? UNG, chopping around. Again, oil has upside, but I don't know if it's going to go. XOP hit my upside targets, went a little higher. Again, if you bought it down here, that's a fucking good trade. If you bought Gush at 21.90 and you've been taking profits up here around 26, 27, that's a good fucking trade. It's a good trade. Now, again, can it go higher in time? Possibly. But again, I'd be looking for pullbacks now, right? Like I'd be watching, right? So let's go. Again, I have a lot more oil names these days. So we'll just do, man, I'm just going to run through it. Oxy, chopping. Looks good if you're bought at the lows. MPC, talked to the gasoline name, seem to be holding up pretty well. ExxonMobil seems to be holding up pretty well, right? BP, are you with me? If you bought it at 30 and change, holding up pretty well, going back towards the highs. Valero, holding up pretty well. Again, not that I don't think this can go higher. It's just I want to trade around it. And that's just my personality and my style. If you don't want to do it, it's okay too. Devon Energy, right? We like these down here. I mean, they look very sneaky, like bottoms. Apache, man, the 20. Yeah, big volume down here, right? Capitulation. Apache, jump on it. Jump on it. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's not even, like, zoom out. Like, it does not to say that we're going up and right back to 50, but like there's clearly like a downtrend and there's an up channel. Possibly, I don't know. I almost skip out that part and just say this. So keep an eye on it, right? When you get pretty steep here at the end, bounce. Lyondale base is another one that looks interesting to me. I mean, watch these levels, right? EQT, another one, right? We like this one. Highs, holding up at the highs. Keep an eye on it. CVE, when you zoom out, you look at this, go, damn, dude. Yeah. Same kind of thing. It looks, a lot of them look like they're in big consolidation patterns. Last but not least, Flex LN Jizzle. Again, because I think we'll be natural gas exporters. Again, do you have any questions? Don't hesitate to reach out. Always here to help. Again, if you had a great day, you want to share $1, tip the dealer. I appreciate it. Do the best I can with the resources I have, and I appreciate all the love, support, and generous donations. Without them, again, I don't know. Again, it helps me invest in more website, more Discord, more information, more time to spend with you guys. So I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful evening. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.